What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to our channel Trendline Forex here. And in today's live session, we're going to check out the live setups before the CPI news release. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what I'm looking for here on euro dollar, on pound dollar, gold, the yen cross pairs as well. So this is going to be very important. Okay, I'm expecting to see some moves happening during today's events. So we'll see how it goes. Let me just, okay. I think the sound is kind of okay. I'm just gonna send out a quick message in the free Telegram channel, let everybody know that we're actually live. If you haven't joined already, make sure to do so. Check out the links in the description below the stream. And if you're not watching this live, then description below the video. Join the free Telegram channel. This is where we share daily updates on euro dollar. Okay, and the information is shared from our trading view channel where we've got over 10k followers. Let me just do that. I'm gonna leave a link for a private message as well. So if you want to send me, if you want to ask anything regarding trading, technical strategies and stuff like that, or the volatility expert advisor that I'm always talking about, you can do that via Telegram. Again, in the free Telegram channel, you'll see the button for a private message where you can chat with me. So make sure to check it out. I just need a couple of seconds to set up everything, and then we're ready to go. So we've got news in about half an hour. We're going to see what is going to happen during the news, but I'm focusing on the higher time frames. I don't think there is any point to look for trades right now before the news, especially not on the lower time frames. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Right. I can already see we've got a few people joining in. You guys can let me know, do you currently have any setups, any trades open? What do you expect to see during the news? I've been waiting for that CPI. I think we're going to see some rejection wicks, hopefully to the downside, because I'm looking for a continuation of the main trend direction on the majors, which means a bullish trend, and also on the yen cross pairs as well. However, especially with the yen cross pairs, we're literally at the peak of the move, so there's really no point to enter any positions whatsoever. So I do need to see some pullback here in order to look for trades. Ideally, I want to see price testing the previous low. All right, that could only happen, I mean, that could happen with just a wick. That is still going to be a valid setup. But if we close bearish on all of those instruments that I'm going to be looking at, it's not going to look that good, for the trend continuation traders, which I consider myself one of those. So we'll see how it goes. Right. So I've got the message shared on in the free Telegram. I'm also going to share a link for the live session on X and then also on Facebook as well. Let's do that, and then we're good to go. So yeah, CPI news in about half an hour. High impact news. Apart from that, until the end of the week, what else do we have? I think we have some news on Friday, on not Friday, but on Thursday. GDP for the British pound, and also GDP for the Eurozone. So, you know, we can get the setup today with the help of the news, and then maybe we can execute those trades. If we don't get the entries today after the news, we can execute those trades possibly until the end of the week. So what I'm essentially looking for is, like I already said, bullish continuation here on the majors. Okay, so if we look at the 4-hour chart, so far what we have is this confirmation right here for a bullish move. Okay, so strong impulse pushing price back to the upside, also breaking above this previous structure. Okay, so we've got the second impulse that followed, and right now we haven't even tested this previous low. So what I really want to see is for price to try and push lower, but give us a rejection down here. And when I'm talking about rejection, I'm talking about wicks like this. Okay, you can see right here, you can also see this right here, even more significant than those ones. Okay, so these ones are not really that good, but we're talking about candles that look like this. Okay, with a candle body closing on the upper side of the candle and then a long rejection wick to the downside. If we get one of those, this is going to be ideal. Even if we don't quite test the previous low, that will technically be a higher low. So we've got this one, then the second one, and then a third higher low. So from then on, I would be expecting for price to continue higher. Now, is this going to happen? I'm not sure. And this is the 4-hour time frame. If we drop down to the hourly chart, we've got the 38.2 level down at 1.1580, okay, 82, and we've also got the 61.8 at 1.1510. So right within this area is where I would love to see a rejection like the one I just described. This is going to be a good setup, all right? And it really depends on what kind of candle we're gonna have by the end of the 1-hour news candle. Okay, so I'm always waiting for that candle closure. I do not enter prematurely, even if it looks like we're rejecting down here, but we still got like 10 minutes left until the candle actually close. I would wait for that, for those 10 minutes to just to see how the candle is about to close. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rectangle tool. Okay, just select the area, oops, from the 61.8 up to the 38.2, and potentially look for rejection down here. Okay, now if we see one of those signals in price action models where we actually see price reversing, this is going to be ideal. So I'm telling you, you don't really need to, you've got to be flexible. So you've got to have at least a couple of entry points or setups or entry patterns that you're going to be using, because if you don't get a wick like this, because not it doesn't happen every time, you may be looking at the 1-hour time frame and you see something like this. Okay, but you can spot this on a lower time period, and then this is going to give you even more precise entry. All right, you can then use stops down here because technically you have a further confirmation, not just a reaction off of the 38.2, for example, or your buy area in this case, but also you can drop down to a lower time frame and look for shift in market structure. And once you have that, this is going to be your second confirmation, which is quite a strong confirmation if you ask me, considering that on the higher period you also have rejection at the same area. So these are the entry models that I like to use. I'm not saying you have to necessarily use those. Really depends on your strategy and your style as a trader. But overall, I want to see euro dollar rejecting this area. Now, of course, what will happen if we actually push down here and then we close as a bearish candle without really leaving any rejection wick to the downside, but instead of that we push and we close down here, so we basically have a very bearish signal. Now in this case, I wouldn't be looking for selling positions. In this case, I'm just going to have to wait for this pullback to end, and I'm going to be looking for price whether it will break below this most recent low. Because if we come back all the way down here, and especially if we close below this momentum, then it's not going to look as good as I think it will be, of course, if that doesn't happen. So when we go over to pound dollar, what do we have? We have price pushing up, trading higher, trading at the previous high right here, currently around 1.3460. So if I place the Fibonacci retracement, what do we got here? We've got 38.2 and the 61.8 as well, right? So something with the pound. Now, recently we've had more bearish price action or more bearish momentum while in a retracement, right? Euro dollar was holding a little bit stronger than pound dollar. Um, including the rest of the instruments as well. The pound was actually weaker. So I'm expecting if we have a strong bearish signal, I would expect that we may have a deeper pullback here on the pound compared to the rest of the major instruments. So I'm not sure if this is going to, if this is true or whether that's going to happen. But of course, we trade what the market gives us, what we see. We don't trade what we think it will happen, because that's how you basically blow an account, right? Believing that the market is going to do something. You should only react to whatever the market gives you. And by the way, it's totally fine if you don't have an entry, right? It's even better if you don't trade around news. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm looking for those areas. I want to see price testing and also rejecting those areas. And if that happens, then I think it's going to be pretty obvious what we should do, whether we're going to enter a buy or sell trade, right? Like I said, I'm only looking for a continuation of the main trend, okay? So obviously we are in a very bullish trend. We're coming off of a retracement right here, a perfect retest of the previous 4-hour main low. It's a major low down here, 1.3160, okay? A really good reaction with a nice momentum to the upside. So all we need to do is to wait for price to create a higher low and then look to enter, anticipating the next bullish leg. So I'm just giving it high probability areas where you could potentially look for those trading opportunities. What about gold? So gold has been moving really well when it comes to trading with the volatility expert advisor. Why? Because it's ranging. It's been ranging for some period of time now, and it really provides really good results within this range, okay? But this is when you're trading with the volatility expert advisor. If you don't know what that is, obviously you can check out our website, trendlineforex.com, and on the top of the website there is a page called Volatility System. So click on that and you'll find out more about the expert advisor, how it works, and how it can help your trading. But when it comes to manual trading, it's a bit of a tricky situation, I would say, because I, I just don't like trading in the range. I'm always looking for higher highs or lower lows. I'm either looking to enter buy in a in a bullish trend, or I'm looking to go short in a bearish trend. And if I don't have that, then I would just skip the instrument and go to another instrument where I have it. It's just as simple as that. And sometimes I may have a week or even a couple of weeks without a trade, but that's totally fine. Okay, I know that patience actually pays. It's not trading that pays in this business. So anyways, 4-hour time frame on gold. Okay, so lastly we saw that reaction down here at the support. All right, 3,270 was pretty much the level where we managed to reverse. Not only that, but we also have a news candle right here. This 1-hour candle is a news candle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this candle right here, because we're currently retesting it as we speak. Down to the 15-minute time frame, we're now forming a range, okay? Because price is anticipating, the market is waiting for those news. This is when we're going to see a move. So entering right now, whether you go buy or sell, it doesn't really matter. Entering right now is just so risky, and it doesn't make any sense. Even if you're right and the market is about to continue higher, before that it can do something like this, okay, and then give you that reversal. So if you are going to be looking to enter a long trade, then you should really use a really wide stop loss. I'm talking about a stop loss below the support down here. If you're ready to do that and it works out well with your account, why not? Okay, but we're talking about a really long-term trade here. But if you're looking to enter a more precise trade with a smaller stop loss, aiming for higher risk to reward ratio, I think the best thing to do is to wait for price to actually show you what it wants to do, so you can then react accordingly. Otherwise, you're trying to rush it, you're trying to beat price. It's never going to happen in the long run. All right, it's never going to work out in your favor. And I'm not here to put you down, but this is the truth. Okay. So yes, obviously when it comes to gold, I'm expecting bullish move, but first I want to see price rejecting this area right here. So I've got the Fibonacci already 38.2, slightly above current price levels, sitting at 3,355, and the 61.8 is down at 3,321. We're currently in between those levels, but I'm also looking for this 1 hour candle right here. I'm gonna go down to the hourly chart, and I want to see that price is actually not breaking and closing below this candle. If it does, then it's not going to look as good. Okay, but we may have a candle like this. Even if it closes down here as a very bearish candle, that means I'm going to wait. And then if we have another one, a bullish candle closing up here or engulfing the previous 1 hour candle, this is going to be a good entry pattern right here. Okay, and in this case, stops will be quite fine to go just below that most recent reversal that we would have at that time. So we'll see how it goes, but again, I'm looking for long setups here on gold as well. I would say the same thing about euro yen and pound yen, but you know, as you can see, we're currently pushing up without really leaving any pullbacks that allow us to look for entries. Okay, so let's give it a bit more time. I feel like euro dollar and pound dollar are currently much better setups compared to euro yen and pound yen. You know, it really depends on what kind of uh, ass assets you prefer to trade. Got a few people watching live. You guys let me know what do you think about those setups. Is that of any interest to you? Are you looking for the same direction? You know, are you looking to enter any trades at all during the news, or do you prefer to wait? And how do you proceed when you trade news? I'm curious to know. And also, don't forget, by the end of the week, we also have more news, GDP announcements. So, you know, it's not just CPI that we have today, but I would say, you know, CPI is probably the most important this week. So we definitely have to keep an eye on that and what kind of price action we have during and also after the news. Okay. And of course, all of that. Now, the next live session is going to be on Thursday, but before that, on Wednesday, you know, before the London session, I'm going to send an update with the setups that I'm currently talking about in the premium Telegram channel. If you want to join, you can either chat with us via Telegram, or you can go over to our website, trendlineforex.com, and you can request access to the premium Telegram channel from our website. Okay. Now, for those of you watching right now, and if you've watched my, or at least some of my previous live sessions, you will notice I'm looking for very basic, very simple setups. Okay, and I think simplicity is key when it comes to trading strategies, because you know very well what exactly you need to see in order to enter a trade. So you can actually react much faster. Otherwise, if you have very complicated set of rules and you know plenty of confirmations that you need to go through to you know to check the boxes on before you enter a trade, you can't really react that fast. And I feel like, because I've tried that in the past, and I think it's, you always enter a trade, so you always wonder whether you went through everything, you know, did that trade check every box, or it didn't, did it forget to you know double check with whatever it is. It's just a lot more complicated when you are trading with a very complex trading strategy. So that's why I like to keep it very simple when it comes to manual trading. Yeah, that's right, Michael. Something to work does not have to be complicated. I fully agree with that. So we'll see what kind of numbers we get. I do like the setup on euro dollar and gold the most. Gold, because it's not only within the area of the 38.2 and the 61.8, but also because it's down here testing the momentum candle that we had before. So this is very likely where we're probably going to see more orders coming into the market to the upside. Okay, so we know that down here we've had many big market players entering the market. They were okay with this price. So when they started loading off their positions, you can see that that's why we have this strong bullish momentum. So I feel like this area is a fair price for most of the big players. So we're most likely going to see another, similar reaction to this one before. This one happened with the help of the news, and today we have what? We have CPI. So we have another news release, which is very likely capable to reverse price in the same manner. Now, a lot of people will probably ask why then I don't use any pending orders. Well, first of all, I use the volatility expert advisor. So I'm already loading up positions right here. Okay. But when it comes to manual trading, this, in my personal opinion, has to be done on a separate account, so you can track the results better, you can calculate your risk better. Um, so that's why when it comes to manual trading, I'm still looking to pick the best entry. I may enter one position a couple of times, maybe even 3 times if I get stopped out, or it really depends on the setup. I can enter with 0.5% risk right here, and see if the market comes down here, I can enter another 0.5%. And if, let's say, we then have a reversal or a big rejection wick, I can add another 1% to that trade. Just for example, right? You can split out the risk the way you want to, but the volatility expert advisor does it very quickly and very precisely as well. CPI definitely a market mover. Of course, CPI is very, very important. I would say it's probably CPI and interest rates right now which move the market the most. Of course, NFP as well, but NFP used to be stronger before, not anymore. It's politics has changed, the market cycle have changed, so that's why I would say CPI and interest rates are more important than NFP right now. And of course, let's not forget about Trump and X. Whatever he tweets could crash the market. Still got about 9 minutes left until the news release. I'm definitely focusing on euro, dollar, and gold. for those of you guys watching, if you want to receive updates like this one that we do on the live sessions, but not just on those instruments, also on our full watch list. This is what we do every single day in the premium Telegram channel. I'm sending you a short 10-minute long video where I'm sharing with you the setups that we have here on the majors, on crosspairs, gold, even Bitcoin is what we include in the premium Telegram channel. So you will always be aware of areas like this, okay? Key levels, stop loss placement, potential profit levels, and stuff like that. It really makes your trading a lot more easier. If you want to join, just drop a comment right here in the chat box, or get in touch with us via Telegram. Links are in the description below this video. You can also check out our website, trendlineforex.com, and this is where you can request access to the premium Telegram channel. Got about 5 minutes, so we'll see what kind of reaction we're gonna get during the news. But I would recommend, do not rush with your entries. Whatever kind of reaction you get, it's very important how the hourly candle is going to close, okay? Not just how it reacts during the news, but it's very important to see at what levels we're going to close that candle. Now, what else could happen during the news is, of course, we may not even see much of a pullback. Instead of that, we can go straight for the highs and close up here. And if that happens, well, then, you can decide whether you want to enter a trade or maybe wait for a retracement later on. Again, it really depends. If you are a breakout trader, if you get a breakout and close above the previous highs, then this is going to be your entry. But then in that case, where would you place your stop loss, right? So this is, you must have a plan. So what do we got? Another couple of minutes. Not even going to pay much attention to the cross pairs. Most likely not going to get an entry right here. So I'll see what, what kind of setups we have after the news. But it's mainly euro, dollar, and gold that I'm currently looking at. I do like the setup on pound dollar, but I'll need to see price coming a bit lower compared to those two. Okay, ideally we break below that and then get a reversal, but is something like this going to happen? I don't even know. So we'll have to see. Whatever the market gives us, this is what we're gonna do. All right, news release time. Okay, we've got some bullish momentum. When I'm talking about rejection wicks, this is what I'm talking about. You see, this is where the support is. Price is coming down here, taking out the lows, and then reversing. Of course, this is not yet a confirmed setup, but so far, it looks good. Okay. So we've got exactly the same data as the previous release, and it was expected to be slightly better. Not that much of a movement here on the yen cross pairs. It's mainly the majors. So let's check out dollar yen actually. Okay. If this candle closes like this, we will have this area of the hourly news candle. So then it would be a good setup to wait for the breakout and retest from the upside, but we'll see how it goes. Still got plenty of time until that 1 hour candle closes. Slightly less than half an hour, but about 27, 28 minutes. Would be very nice if we see an hourly candle closing up here on gold above all of that resistance, because we've got a small range right here which could be better seen on the 15 or the 5 minute time frame. So if we manage to close above that range, then that means we're most likely looking at the breakout. Before that, we have this stop loss hunt right here. So this I would consider a very good setup, but I need to see price closing up here above all of that resistance first. All right, for now, the bullish momentum continues. About 50 pips of a candle here on euro dollar. Still got about 24 minutes until the hourly candle close. And this is essentially where I'm going to end the session. At the end of this 1 hour, I'll tell you what I'm going to be looking for. But it looks like, it's early to say, but it looks like we may close within this parameters right here. And if that happens, then I'm going to have to highlight this candle as well, and then wait for price to break above it. Then I can start looking for buying opportunities. But it's still early to say. Like I said, we still got about 20 minutes till the candle closure. Yeah, for now, gold is really struggling to break above that. Hasn't even tried yet. So right now it looks like an indecision candle, which is just another confirmation that we may be looking for the breakout right here. But even if we break below the support, I'm still not going to be looking to sell. Okay, so obviously we have a massive uptrend. We're still going to be trading within this area of the previous hourly candle, um, previous news hourly candle. So that pullback may end while within the bigger zone, but I'm not sure about the smaller one. So let's wait for a breakout. I want to see price breaking and closing above the current high of this 1 hour candle right now. Pound dollar with a strong breakout. Okay. Euro dollar coming back to the top of the candle, to the peak of the candle. Like I said, we've got about 50 pips of a move right here. So while we wait for price action here on the majors, you guys let me know what else you want to see on this channel. Are you looking for more strategies, more psychology? Give me some ideas and I'll make the content. All right, now we're surpassing the peak of the hourly candle. Okay, so more bullish momentum coming in. That's great. Let's see if gold will be able to push past this current high. If it does, then that's going to be a good signal. Because you can still see that we're still trading within this range right here on the 15-minute time frame. I really want to see a strong push and close above that range. Pound dollar is really strong now, isn't it? A perfect break and retest pattern right here. Both would be great. Strategies plus psychology. All right, I get you, man. So I would be looking for the same targets when it comes to levels higher above current price levels in euro dollar. I'm talking about 1.1710 12 will be the next target, and then eventually 1.1830 as well. Okay, or in between those two would be right around 1.1770. Oops, excuse me. And this is the previous 4-hour high. The 4-hour time frame is definitely looking good on all of those instruments. So here is the 4-hour chart on gold. You see, this is why for me it's very important. I really want to see price closing up here, basically engulfing the body of the previous 4-hour candle. And we've also got this rejection wick. Okay, we've had it here as well. We've had it here, and every time we've got one of those, we then have a bullish move to follow. So that's why for me these are very important. I do like that we are also retesting the this area right here, and plus the rest of the signals. I think this is a good long setup. Obviously, we'll need to see those candles closing first, but it looks like we may be looking at reversals right here. Now, don't take my word for granted. Of course, you know, you trade your own money, so you got to have your own opinion. I'm just sharing it with you what is my point of view. If it makes sense to you, then that's great. If it doesn't, then that's absolutely fine. But in that case, make sure to leave it in the comments section. Let me know what you don't agree with, so we can go over your point of view. I just think this is going to help a lot of people, because there are traders that are going to be watching these videos, and they may be in the beginning of their journey, so they don't really get what I'm talking about. But I'm literally talking about pure price action here. We know what is the main trend direction from the higher time frames, so this is the reason why I'm looking for long positions. Now the only thing is to find a precise entry, and to find that I've got a few zones across my instruments, and in this case we didn't quite pull back to those areas here on euro dollar and pound dollar specifically, but as you can see, confirmations like this happens all the time. So this is what I'm saying: we trade what we see, what the market gives us. We don't trade what we think it's going to happen. It does make sense. That's great. Thanks, man. I've seen you many times here in the during the live session, so I can imagine you know what I mean. But I'm talking about other traders that probably don't have as much experience as you. And by the way, for those types of traders that do not have any experience at all, I would recommend our free trading course for beginners. This is very important. Everybody, I want, even if somebody have been trading for a while and they have some experience, they want to join our mentorship program, whatever it is, I always recommend going through the free beginners course. So here it is. You just open trendlineforex.com, go to services, courses, beginner, click on that, and then you'll see that we have free forex trading for beginners. All right, we're talking about nearly 40 video tutorials, around 200 minutes of content, completely for free. All you got to do is to sign up on our website. Once you do that, you will get full access to those videos right here. Not only this course, but we also have um, some other free courses as well. I know a lot of people are trying to get funded, so we also have a course on that as well, which is completely free, um, including a strategy, of course. So check it out as well. They're great. Definitely recommend to watch. That's right. I think so. Yeah. Now, obviously, short-term setup would be to wait for price to come back near those levels. This is probably around the 50% fib level, somewhere there. So if we get a pullback and then we get another impulse candle, this could be a more aggressive entry. All right, stops, I would still recommend stops down here, but this is a type of setup that you can look for after you have some confirmation. Ideally, though, we want to see the hourly candle closing like this, quite bullish, because if it comes all the way back down here and it closes down here, leaving this upper uh, body of the candle as a rejection wave, this is not going to look very good. So that's why I'm saying always look for the 1 hour candle close and then take a decision as to what you want to do. So pound dollar looking quite bullish as well. So as you can see, after that recent rejection that we had down here at 1.3160, we are already trading at the third target. Okay, so we're talking about a move of about 260 270 pips to the upside. Okay, so that was down here was around 4th of August, and we are currently 12th of August. Okay, so in about a week we managed to make about 260 pips right here on pound dollar. Quite a decent move as well. And I've got these targets projected even down when price was down here. Okay, so this is what we talk in the premium Telegram channel. We're talking about those potential opportunities that the market gives us, and everybody's free to make their own decision whether they want to enter trades like this. And this is how the premium Telegram channel is going to really enhance your trading and improve your win rate. Now, I wouldn't be looking for entries on pound dollar. I do like what kind of confirmation we have with this bullish candle, but I don't, price is not giving me a decent level to enter. So that's why I wouldn't be looking for entries on pound dollar. I do like euro dollar, even though we are, again, if you look at the 4 hour time frame, there's not much of a pullback, but I do like euro dollar better than pound dollar. And I do like gold as well. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. This is starting to look more um, my cup of tea. So we'll see how it goes. But the yen pairs, I wouldn't trade those either. So I would be focusing, like I said in the beginning, before the news, I would be focusing on euro dollar and gold in this case. And also, even if you're not sure about your entry, there's a few things you can do. Obviously, you can enter with a much smaller lot size, okay, or a risk percentage. If you want to enter so you don't miss this move, but you're not too sure about it, you can just significantly reduce your lot size and enter your trade and then see what's going to happen next. Or you can just wait for price to give you even more price action to work with. What do I mean? Well, you can wait for price to give you the breakout, come back for a retest, and then you can look for a higher low. Once you get that, then you enter a trade. It doesn't matter if you want to be more conservative, if that's what makes you feel comfortable and confident in your setups, this is what you have to do, okay? You don't have to rush your entries. Trust me, it's much better to have at the end of the month 3-4 positions, let's say 1 loss, 3 wins, rather than have 100 trades and you have like 80 trades that are either break even or at a loss, and then you got like 20 winners and you're basically in the negative. Okay, so the more you want to trade, the more you expose yourself to, more risk, which will eventually lead to more losses as well. Let's see the dollar index, by the way. Yeah, don't mind this Fibonacci right here. It's not even valid anymore. Okay, it's looking good. So the analysis remains the same. For those of you following the free Telegram or the premium Telegram channel, we're still going to be looking for, bullish continuation here on the major instruments. So I would leave these areas down here just in case price decides to continue with the pullback at some point, but we'll have to probably adjust those later on. I'm not going to rush with any entries right now, but I'm definitely looking at those hourly candles that we currently have, and I'll be waiting for price to break either below or above those candles, hopefully above, so we can get those entries, right? But this is it. That's it pretty much. I mean, there's not much else to say. As you can see, I'm not really trading the 1 minute time frame, so we can look for multiple entries in the space of 1 hour. Instead of that, I'm just giving you more of a longer term direction. You can then make your or you can then, yes, make your entries according to your strategy, still following the rules and the plan that I give you. So I don't think there's any sense to look for short positions within those trends. Definitely not on gold, on euro dollar, and on pound dollar. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, you can also, by the way, yesterday we sent out the free newsletter to our members. You can sign up for this newsletter right here, and every Monday you will get updates on gold, on Bitcoin, on euro dollar, and every single week we include the top trading opportunity for the week. This is completely for free, so make sure to check it out. trendlineforex.com. You scroll all the way down here, just type in your name and email, hit on that subscribe button, and you will be subscribed to the free email newsletter. Every Monday you're going to receive the best setups for the week ahead. Okay, and they'll probably cover information like this. Okay, so you will know in which direction to trade, uh, what are the best setups, and if you have plenty of instruments on your watch list, at least you will know how to filter them out and which ones are going to be important for the week ahead. So I think this is very important and very helpful as well for those of you still struggling to find the market direction, especially when you're trading multiple instruments. I mean, it's normal to get confused. But yeah, that's pretty much all. I'll see you guys in the next live session. Like I said, check out all the links in the description below this video. Check out our website trendlineforex.com, and most importantly, do not forget to join the free Telegram channel. Okay, the next live session is going to be on Thursday. Again, same hour, so you will get notified if you join the free Telegram. I'll see you guys then.